With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The play fake, now Falk. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Falk. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Down inside the 40. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 16 carries, 57 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments in how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Again, it's Williams. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Falk looks to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Javonte Williams with career touchdown number 60. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
A first carry for Najee Harris. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, this defense for the Browns, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Griffin. That is caught.
Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Harris.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris.
Career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list.
And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. 2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw, Faulk.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Faulk. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Faulk. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Now here's Falk.
This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Javonte Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Browns have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
You look at this Browns defense.
They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
Now Griffin. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Now Griffin. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run for it with Harris. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The Steelers are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Griffin to throw. Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And fights through one man. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield and broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're in. Inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'll tell you, as a defender, you've got to make life as difficult as possible when you're trying to cover a big tight end, because you know his catch radius is huge. He's unable to pull that one in, though.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Play action. It's Falk. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. It's their quarterback. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They go play action. Griffin. Right side to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Second down and 6 now. From the shotgun, Griffin. This one deep for Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've always got to remember that once the ball's in the air, the defender has every right to go after it that a receiver does. And that was a battle for positioning on that play. And in the end, he's able to force the incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, Griffin. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Gibbs straight ahead. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They hand this off to Harris.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to, and the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll try and run with Harris. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch the...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Cleveland offense making their way out. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That one complete to McConkey.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now Griffin on first down.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. He'll let this go for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jamison Williams, 46 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime, and to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half. The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
And both defenses back on their heels. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating second and long.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Back to throw. Falk. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, Falk work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st down, it's Falk. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Myers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you're going to take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Here's second and 10. Out of the gun, Griffin. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it's the Jets who have the lead in the second quarter. The Jets trying to hold on and claim victory. We'll stay in the NFC East as we head down to the great state of Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdown passes there for Brock Purdy. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one all tied against the visiting Saints.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, well, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit. It makes them a little bit less confident.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. This is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. This is 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Griffin. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
That's going to be caught by Judy. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Fall. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. To throw on 3rd down. Falk. And it's a fumble. There he goes left side. Javonte Williams. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, CD, remember, he had a touchdown earlier, but that was in a much more conventional manner, this time picking up the fumble and taking it in for 6.
Yeah, he bailed his team out with the scoop and score right there. Multiple touchdowns in this game for him, and he's not complaining how he got it done.
A try here for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Griffin.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns.
The tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Following the fumble recovery. Falk under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Griffin. That is caught. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Harris running straight ahead. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3.
Here's Griffin. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They snap it at 1. Now it's Griffin.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
This now a 3rd and 4.
It's Falk out of the gun. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. The Steelers set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? and that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. From the gun on third down, Griffin. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Second and 9.
Now it's Griffin. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great play there with an acrobatic catch.
And the Steelers have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Falk. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Falk now, a first down throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To throw, Falk. Open man right side, Myers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Falk looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs. And that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. He'll find Williams on the slant. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
On second down, here's Gibbs. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third and the nose of the football. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll run with Gibbs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Got to lose one. Switch. Check 99.
Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So now the Browns down by 10. A minute 55 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. On 1st and 10, Falk. Now this one finds McConkey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Here's Falk. And that's caught by Williams. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Falk. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Here's 2nd down.
Now here's Falk. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Now 2nd and 4.
The play fake, now Falk.
To the left side, he's got McConkey.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get 1 piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Pittsburgh, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.